Well, thank you, Shana, so much for joining me this afternoon for this interview. I appreciate you taking the time to do that. We have the SCORE E3 Small Business Conference coming up this Tuesday, and we are so glad to have you be a part of the panel. So, why did you want to be involved with this conference?
Yeah, so I'm very passionate about people building small businesses, especially surrounding talent, right? I think that people are what make our businesses so important. So just to have the chance to come and talk to people about the challenges they're having and to talk to them about the success they can have with talent looking in different areas was very exciting to me. So I really wanted to be a part of that. And I want to see our community thrive and grow. And I think small business is the best way to do that.
Yeah, I love that. So what led you to this point now, your journey to get to where you are, and tell us a little bit about what you do.
Yeah, so I am manager of talent and field recruiting for a local organization, as well as I do trainings around the country. I have my own company called the Expertise Lab, just super fun, all about people building talent and turning employees into experts. Retaining talent, those types of things are what I meet with companies about, and I'm just really passionate about people in general. I like people. I don't know about you guys, but I
Yeah.
just in general, I like people. So I want to see them succeed and be great. And I've been in the talent acquisition space for I'm going to go with over 15 years. I don't want to say 20 yet. It just sounds so old. But for over 15 years, I've been in the talent acquisition space, and I've seen people find their careers and have their dream come true, and seeing how those careers have led to them opening their own businesses and creating the lives that they want. So I like being a part of that.
I think people will overlook sometimes when they're looking for talent for help in their business, making sure that they get the right employee the first time.
Yeah.
And there's so much, especially around here in small businesses and startups, when you are new in that, where it's, well, my friend's son's whatever can do this thing, and you spend so much time training and
hmm
retraining when you could be pushing your business forward.
Yeah, I tell everybody, if you hire an employee that's not within the first 30 days driving your business, you probably didn't get the right person. Vetting an employee is very difficult when you don't know them. So people want to cling to that networking aspect. There's nothing wrong with that until you hire the wrong employee. And then, you have the whole what do I do situation. We know in the US we're at a 70% labor shortage, which means 7 out of 10 organizations can't find the talent that they want. And we know that just in small businesses alone, according to the Small Business Association, 56% of small businesses tried to hire in April, and not all of them were successful. So, talent's a very important part of what we do in our business. This is someone that represents your brands, right? It's such an important
Yeah.
part, and it's an exciting part because you're bringing someone else into your passion and helping them grow and to grow your business.
Yeah. I think, in small businesses, especially with entrepreneurs, it's almost like bringing them into your family.
Yes. The
Yeah.
best part though, isn't it? Like
Yeah.
when you bring someone, you're like, I love this so much. I have to share it. Right.
Mhm.
And I think that's what makes people stay in those positions so long with good entrepreneurs and with good organizations like we have here in the Springfield area.
Yeah. What you do is so important. So what are you most excited about for this conference coming up, to share with people or to experience yourself? Anything about that?
The networking. I am always 110%. I wish that I could be like, no, no, I love just getting in and talking to people, getting to know them, hearing about all the businesses, hearing all the ideas and the excitement and the energy that goes into a conference like this. So I'm just excited to see everybody. So come up, say hi, let's be LinkedIn buddies. I'm all about it.
Yeah. And I think it's specifically with what you do, that's so important, because there are times where you never know what can happen, coming up. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. But whenever you are networking with people, and your specialty being talent, if someone is in need of a new position, or you know the entrepreneur needs a new employer, whatever, you're going to have that network to be able to say, I know somebody who can probably put you in touch with somebody. And yeah, I love
Best
that.
part.
Yeah, I love the connection of it all. I like telling my friends, ask me first, and I can point you in the right direction if I don't have the exact answer.
Exactly, exactly. You get to help people, but I'm excited to just meet everybody. Like I said, that's always my favorite part. I think it's great.
Yeah. So for you, and this can be something business related or fiction or just whatever, but what's a book that has influenced you in any way or several?
I am a book junkie. I read three-ish books a week.
Okay.
It's big nerd. I would say, oh gosh, I'm gonna have to look at my shelf. Intelligence was great. Grit is
Hmm.
always one of the best ones that I can even wrap my head around. I think that Angela Duckworth's absolutely amazing. What else do I keep on my shelf to give to people? The Power of Change, anything by Adam Grant. I nerd out. And if anybody has book suggestions, send them to me. That is
Yeah.
my jam. Fiction, nonfiction, all of it. But I think any book that gives you a different perspective than what you went into it reading. I mean, I love the idea of time management and all that. It's great, not my forte. I love going into a book, hearing an idea, and going, I can implement that. That's what really drives me. So, and I think all of those books have that in common.
Yeah. I've heard too, you were talking about both fiction and
Mhm.
nonfiction and all of those things. Reading novels and reading fiction and stories with characters tends to, and I can't remember where I heard this statistic exactly, but somebody was talking about the fact that it can make people better communicators and make
Yes.
them better at conflict resolution because you have that practice of seeing things from another character's perspective
Mhm.
whenever you are reading those kind of books, and that it can help in that way too.
I think anytime you can input anything that's different from your norm, I like historical fiction for when I read fiction, like any Kristen Hanna books and
Yeah.
things like that. The Women, I just read that one and it was amazing. But you get to things we don't think about the things that happen to women during, the Vietnam War. It's never once occurred to me, not one time in
Right.
all these thousands of years that I've been alive. No, I'm joking. I'm not that old,
You have great skincare.
but thanks. um, I've never once thought about it. And then when you do, and you like you said, you put yourself in that perspective of going, oh my gosh, look what they lived through. It really changes your appreciation for what other people have done, just in general. So I'm with you. Give me fiction, give me nonfiction, just teach me something.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. Along those lines, do you have any sort of quote or mantra or theme that has followed you around throughout your life?
Um, so, so many come to mind that I'm not going to say on a video. Um,
We can talk about that after
well,
the
well,
conference.
yeah, that'll be a later conversation. I will say there's a gentleman by the name of Tom Peters, and he has a quote that I just think is fabulous. He says, regardless of age, regardless of position, regardless of the business we happen to be in, all of us need to understand the importance of branding. We are CEOs in our own companies,
Mm.
me incorporated. To be in business today, our most important job is to be the head marketer for the brand called you. And I think sometimes small businesses and talent forget that. You are CEO of you. People are talking about you. People are going to buy from you because they absolutely think you're amazing, but it's all part of a brand. So I always try to keep that in focus, especially when I'm talking to young talents, new college graduates. Like,
Yes.
let's create the brand of you. What do you want to be an expert at? What is your passion? Let's create your life into what you want it to be because a career is a huge part of that. And so I've always really appreciated, I know it's kind of long, but that quote by Tom Peters.
Yeah, it makes me think of a book that whenever I was a new entrepreneur 20 plus years ago, that I read called You Inc. Harry
Yes,
Beckwith, I think. Yeah, yeah,
yes.
such a,
Oh,
and
that
they're
takes me
easy reads
back.
too. Yeah,
True. It's true. Any of that, I do think that with social media and things like that, it's very easy to get lost, right? And forget that you do need to create your brand instead of just consuming other people's, right? I
Yes.
think I see that in a lot of us. I mean, I'm what we call a geriatric millennial.
Same.
And it's like a first one out. We're like, yes.
Uh-huh.
Um, but they forget that we are creating a brand as well as we're not just consuming everyone else's. If you're doing that, you're not doing service to media that can be growing you.
Yeah, and I think, directly talking to talent acquisition, and whenever you're talking to people, they need to know why they are the best candidate,
Hmm.
and be able to sell that, because that's what you're going into. I mean, can you
Yeah.
fulfill the duties, the role? Yeah, but
Yes.
everybody who is being interviewed probably can.
Hmm.
So why are you, what makes you that specific brand? Yeah, I
Yep.
appreciate that. So as an entrepreneur, and also when you were talking to other people,
Hmm.
in your business, we we all kind of function way up here a lot of the time, and decompressing is really important, and being able to kind of calm down, and those kind of things. What is something that you do, that you suggest to people to do to decompress?
And clearly, I read a lot. Um, it's one thing. I am a big believer in nature and the sun. In Springfield, we have so many great trails around here, and I live literally right off one. So at the end of the day, now that the sunlight's here longer, I take my kids and we just go out to the trails. We're in the woods. Um, I'm very much a big lake person. We go to the lake to decompress.
Mhm.
I take my dad and my husband and my kids and everything, and we go and have fun. Just for myself though, if I just have a couple hours in the afternoon that I'm like, nobody needs me for right now, or they don't need anything that's pressing, I will take myself to a restaurant or a movie. I'm a big fan of spending quiet time with myself. I love my girlfriends, I love my husband and my family, but that quiet time where you just get to kind of invigorate yourself and enjoy time with yourself, I think that's very important too. So I'm big fan in all of it.
Yeah, I agree. I One thing I say to people a lot is, you're the only person you have to live with for the rest of your life.
Yes.
And I don't know where I got that. I'm sure, I mean, there's no way that I can live with that.
Maybe
In all
you
fairness.
did.
But yeah, right.
I'm going to
Especially
credit
for,
that to you.
yeah. But I say that a lot, and I think it's so important when you're talking about spending time with yourself. You got to make sure you like yourself, because that is the
Yes.
truth. I mean, you hope that there will be people around till the end, but the only thing that is guaranteed is that you will be there.
Yeah. And watch, I tell this to every college student I talk to. Find out what comedy you like. Because when you're sitting alone in a restaurant, if you want to listen to something, there's nothing better than listening to a great comedy act and being so entertained that you're so happy being with yourself until you're comfortable. Like, start off with something
Yeah.
like that. It's always the best thing.
Yeah. Well, one of my favorites right now is Josh Johnson. I don't know if you've watched much of his, but
But I will
yeah.
be.
Yeah.
Take note.
He's coming to the Galois in December too.
Oh, I'll have to
But
check that. I love
yeah.
live comedy.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the best.
And he drops, on his YouTube channel, he drops a special pretty much every week. Yeah.
Yes.
He'll just record
What
one of
we
his
need.
shows every week. So he's great. I really enjoy him.
I'll look him up.
Yeah. So to wrap us up, is there anything, if you were to give a commercial, an invitation, anything extra that you would like to say to invite people to come specifically from your point of view? I'd like to just give you a moment to do that.
Yeah, I think that everybody should take time and come out to the SCORE conference on Tuesday. We've got some great speakers. We're also going to be talking a lot about talent. No matter what your business is, no matter where you're at in your business, at some point this is going to impact you and it impacts everyone around you. So come find out more, network, give me book recommendations, and I can't wait to see everyone.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Shanna, for spending some time with me. I look forward to seeing you in person, and we'll start a group chat on books and comedians and things like that.
I love it. I love it. Thank you so much, Tiffany.
All right. Thanks. Have a great afternoon.
You too. Bye bye.
Bye.